I guess you can now hang out next to the heater. Okay, so let me mute the mic and okay, mute the mic and we'll go into standing mode. Oh, and also you broke. Okay, I need to fix that too. The ads make you sad. Apparently, you need a new monitor, new jeans, a new car, and you need to feed the dog. You don't have different food. Also, you don't have kids, but they need to be dressed in Adidas. It's yeah, ads are a thing. I've never understood ads like trying to make you feel like you're like worse. It doesn't work for me. It's like, no, I don't believe you. We had this conversation yesterday about uh if ads were like funny or interesting. We tend to like those more. We'll actually watch your ads. Just make them funny and interesting. Okay, can you actually see? No. Okay, so you're still broken here. Now we're good. Now we're back in play. So this looks like JavaScript. There's a Rust crate for Axios authentication. No, wouldn't that be preferred? Let me check. I don't believe that I can use any language other than JavaScript inside of Auth0 as middleware. I'm fairly certain that the only language that they support is JavaScript. Yeah, I don't even see a language choice. I can change the version of Node, and that's it. That's all I can do. Yeah, so this is a I'm gonna copy paste this into a secret window that I have over on the other screen. You canceled cable like 12 years ago over both how shitty TV is and how there's like 7 to 8 minutes of ads on a service you pay for per half hour. Which like, yeah, I did. Let's see. How long ago has it been for me? When I moved to Colorado from California, I just never signed up for any service. I just like left it as that you just not no service necessary. And I haven't like I've just been using Twitch and YouTube as my watching. Disney needs a new pair of shoes. I mean, they are aren't they hemorrhaging accounts right now? Like lots of people are canceling their service. So they do. They need a new few thousand pairs of shoes. Okay, so we have you. We post the URL. Oh, and then it's gonna be data. So it's URL. Then we have our data there. Oh, and then settings. So then options. And options would include headers that has content type application JSON, which I don't believe I need to set. I believe that could set for me automatically, but I can leave it. And then authorization bearer, your management API access token. Do I get one inside of here? Oh, I don't think so. I can access to secrets. So, okay, I'm going to need to get a permanent API access token and then add that as a secret. Let's see. The entire US negotiated with the rights holders and both sides agreed to a truce. We stopped pirating. They put their stuff on Netflix. They tried to change the deal. We collectively told them to GTFO. Netflix most likely will be the only survivor after all the in-house services die. All that shareholder value just poof gone up in smoke. What's really funny is that everybody was saying that Netflix is going to be the one to die. Everybody was talking about like how Netflix is, is done, it's gone, and it turns out that all Netflix has had to do is just survive. All they have to do is survive until everybody else implodes because they just couldn't. They just couldn't prevent themselves from being too greedy. And that's kind of funny how that works sometimes. Okay, so if I need a management API access token, so need to authenticate with an access token called the Auth0 Management API token. These tokens are JOTs with contain specific grant permissions known as scopes. Okay, it recommends I get a short-lived token, but I need to use that. I need to get a long-lived one and then store it in Auth0. Wait, can I wait, can I use a token from the user? No, because like I don't get their token because they're so I can't get their token. So huh. I guess I can use the client secret to get a token. Reed Hastings, co-founder and current chairman of Netflix, has never been accused of being stupid. I thought during when Netflix was increasing their rates so that they wouldn't lose too much money. A lot of people were calling Netflix stupid. Like there was this big like cancel your Netflix account like move. And everybody like went over to Disney and HBO and everything else. And now everybody's like, okay, I'll come back. The thing was, you know what it was? It was everybody cancel your account, but they had all the people saying that weren't actually signed up because they were just taking their account from like other people. So yeah, no, you're right. Nobody canceled. Or very few people canceled. They broke even on the accounts canceled versus increased revenue from price increase, which like from a business perspective is good. They didn't lose anything, which is what they needed to do. Okay, so how can I get this? Okay, so get management API tokens for testing, for production, single page applications. Oh, I want this. It's going to be to ask Auth0 for a management API v2 token, perform a post operation to your domain endpoint using the credentials of the machine-to-machine application you created in a prerequisite step. And then I'll get this back. Oh, or I could just use this, and that makes it easier. Oh, the issue is the increasing cost of in-house products. That's still going up. Okay, so that's not helpful. They're going to need it. Either they need more people to start signing up, or they need. Well, I mean, if everybody else implodes, then they'll be the only game in town, and everybody will have to sign up for them if they want any kind of like Netflix. So if I do something like this, I will get an access token back, but I can also use Disney has basically said if Disney Plus dies, they still won't go back to Netflix or Amazon. It's strong statements, but that feels more like saber rattling to me. It's what a company says and what they do are going to be very different things, right? Who knows? If Auth0 just needs a properly formatted post request, why can't you do that in Rust? I need to do it from Auth0. So when you attempt to log in, before it actually logs you in, I check to see if you have been validated. And if you have not been validated, I want it to then resend the verification email at that point. Now, that being said, I could send it from here, but I don't have like my client secret. I don't want to put that in the front end. So that's not going to work either. I could create a Lambda function to do this for me, which feels like a lot of work. I already have like this entire system here, so I feel like I should be able to just do this right here inside of Auth0. Yeah, so the real question for Disney is going to be, are they willing to show that they learned from something? Are they going to double down, or are they just going to punt to something completely different and try like the third option, which is a random new choice? Like those are their choices, right? Like go back, admit that they were wrong, go back, iterate on what they have right now and try to like improve it somehow, or just, you know, try something completely new again. I guess shut down. Like they could just shut it all down, but yeah, there's no way that will work, because shutting completely down doesn't make them more money. It's very possible. That's very possible. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. Netflix lost money when Disney pulled the joint Netflix Marvel content. Yeah, I have no doubt. That was a lot of stuff for them. Okay, so I could add in another dependency, which is going to be the node auth library, which, okay, I am used to this icon being that it's going to open up a new window, but it doesn't. It opened up the same window. Okay, so, oh, it's just called auth0. Perfect. So auth0, go ahead and give me the latest. This is TypeScript. Oh no, it contains TypeScript declarations. Different thing altogether. All right, so okay, so if I grab you, we're gonna get the access deny message, and then I want to immediately await send verification email. You need, forgot how to create an email function in JavaScript. Okay, so you need my domain. So we have domain coming in. Now I can add a secret to this, which is going to be domain. Okay, so now I should have access to event.secrets.domain. Yeah, okay. So that's, I can grab that like that. So that gives me the domain. Oasis, hello, how are you doing today? Okay, so we have our domain. Okay, so that goes to there. We create our data. So I need my user ID next. So it's going to be event.user.userid. Client ID, which is also okay. I have that too. Oh, I just remembered. This will be kind of left. I don't need the cat camera on anymore. Okay, so client ID is that identity. Okay, so then we need, I'm really confused about, okay, so identity. Oh, and will you give me everything I need? Will you do this for me? Okay, so if I give them this, Okay, new management client. Oh, and then I can do stuff with it. Okay, that's not one thing. There is a users by email manager. Which only lets me get by email. What? Wait, what do you get me back? Yeah, that's this little, that's okay. That's not helpful. Maybe it's, no, not authentication client. ID token validator. No, that's not what I want. Interfaces. Okay, maybe verify. Send an email to the specified user that asks them to click a link to verify their email address. This is what I want, verify email. So I can get this through the API. So actually I don't need to send an Axios request at all. Cool, okay, so I can remove Axios from the dependency tree. Perfect. So Axios go away. All we need is Auth0. So this is jobs manager. Okay. New jobs manager. And they shared. Okay, so I can just pull in a jobs manager from that. Configuration, configure, what? Not sure how much I like the this documentation. So configuration has all of these, not necessarily, except base URL and parse error. So, okay, authentication client. Let's go take a look at that one. There. Okay, so auth. Huh. So I wonder if it's one of these. Authentication client. Take into options, which is authentication client options. Okay, so they pass in domain client ID and client secret. So domain client ID, client secret. and you return an authentication client and I can use that to get access to database, OAuth, or passwordless, which is not helpful in the least. Now this is under modules auth, so authentication client from auth0, management client, okay, that's not in that class. Which was the one we were going at that we found? It was like a user manager. Okay, management client isn't here and it just is listed in the classes. Okay, so any of these classes I have access to. That's good to know. User manager isn't what I want. Jobs manager. That's what it was. Okay, so jobs manager right here. You take in this configuration needs nothing. Needs a base URL and a parse error. I'm really confused about how this is going to work. Okay, so a parse error is a callback function which has an error in it. And a base error is just the base URL of something. And then that will let me send verify email. Send an email to the specified user that asks them to click a link to verify the email address. Note, you must have the status toggle enabled for the verification email template. For the email to be sent, send an email address verification email. Okay, so you must have the status toggle enabled for the verification email template. Wait, where is that? This is the same place that we were before. Oh, wait. Configuration my secret token? Wait. Where did I get that? Oh, that's just like whatever configuration that we have defined somewhere else. That's not like something that's going to be handed to me. The Auth0 Management API provides a create email verification ticket endpoint that generates the verification link for each user. That I don't know what this means. Create a ticket? This is back here again. Okay. So I'm really confused, and so I want to, because like it doesn't look like this thing is going to need something. So let's go ahead and play with this a little bit. So if I let's touch. Gonna install Auth0 here. That looks terrible. We'll do this. Send verification email. Okay, so we require Auth0. I wonder if this is going to be async or not. I don't think there's root level async yet in Node. Also, which node am I using? Wait, did my mouse just die? My mouse died. Oh no. Okay, hold on. I think I have another mouse somewhere. Also, I can. Oh, wait. Can I charge you at the same time as I use you? Yes. Okay. I can charge and use at the same time. Okay. So Auth0 require Auth0. I bet this is gonna be async code. Yeah, it's returning promises. So let's do. Okay. So we'll be able to see what the error is. This will allow us to run async code in here pretty easily now. So I want to grab Auth0 and then get the jobs manager from this. So it's just jobs manager. Okay, so let's import. Let's grab that. I guess first off, this should give us an error because the jobs manager requires in the configuration a parse error. Oh, and a base URL. So I'm expecting to get that. I want to see that we have that. What did I do? I quit. I quit or I closed at the same time? Okay, cannot read property base URL of undefined, which doesn't tell me what the base URL is supposed to be. So I'm assuming that that is actually our domain. The domain is public information because it's where everybody gets sent to for all the stuff, so everybody can see it. So I'm just going to hard code it in here. So you want an object that has base URL, and you're going to be that. Next up, you should yell at me about fetch is not defined. What? That's not what I was expecting. Fetch is not required. Provide your own fetch implementation. Okay. Can this be Axios? Provide a middleware that will either run before the request, after the request, or when the request fails. What? No, this one. That was middleware. Provide your own fetch imp. Okay. There is no fetch. There's a type fetch API. Okay, type fetch API is a URL. Huh. Yeah, stop trying to make fetch happen. I know. What? URL. Okay, so it's a function that takes in a URL or request info along with a request in it. What do I use here? 18. They require me to use 18. Okay. All right. So I don't need to do anything like that. I just hand it the base URL. Is that okay? That gives me that. And now where did my documentation go? Was it this one? No. No. Oh, it was this one. Okay, so I've now successfully created the jobs manager. I want to now verify email. So this takes in body parameters and initialization overrides. Send an email to the specified user that asks them to click a link to verify the email address. Note you must have the status toggle. Okay, so I think that will work. Post verification email address. Okay, so I need the client ID. Actually, I just need the user ID. Okay, so if I just need the user ID, that test user that I don't care about, this is test. Their user ID is this. Right, so okay, I just send it in user ID. Oh, and what is it called again? Verify email. In the body parameters, it is user ID. And that is that. Okay. Verify email. Returns a promise. So you need to be await. And that should do it. So, okay. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so all five. So I have no emails from them right now. The request failed and the interceptors did not return an alternative response. Thank you for that. That is a lovely message. It's kind of what I want to do. How to resend verification email and failed login. Okay, so this is in an action, which is exactly what I want to do. So, and the person says this looks good, so maybe this is what I want. So that's not really, oh, this is the code. So on execute post login, which I think is the one I have, right? So library custom. Yeah, on execute post login. If event user email verified, okay, so that's exactly what I have here. Okay, so they get a management client. They put in, okay, they get the domain. They get the client ID. They get the client secret. So I'll need to get those things and plug those into secrets. Management jobs verify email. Okay, so then from that, they can go management jobs verify email. Error sending verification email. Okay. And then I have this thing. So I'm gonna copy paste this over here into my code. So really this is, I want to completely redo this. So send verification email. You don't need to be here at all. I will need auth0 and that's it. Okay, so const management client. Okay, so I get the new management client. Also, why are you doing that? Okay, management client equals an instance. Oh, I see. Did you really do this inside of? Yeah, you did that inside the function. It's necessary. Want you down there. Okay. Then we're going to create, okay, so new management client. Okay, const management equals new management client. I pass in, okay, so I might as well just pass in the entire event. That'll be fine. So I get event secrets domain, event secrets client ID, and the client secret. So I need those three things. That gives me a management. I then need these params. Okay, so const params. Okay, so we have client ID. And then the user ID. Okay, so we grab that. Then we're going to try to verify. Okay, so management jobs verify email. Otherwise, we console log the error. Okay, so try management jobs verify email. We pass it into params. We take in a callback function. If there is an error, we're going to console log. We're going to console error sending verification email. Pass in the error. Otherwise, Verification email sent successfully. We can keep this for right now, but I probably don't want to keep that forever. Because like that might be too many. Also, I think I have access to the email, right? I do. Okay, so event.user.email. If that somehow causes an error, okay. So theoretically, this would work. I don't need this other handler because I'm not redirecting or doing anything else. Okay, so this would theoretically work. Let's go ahead and copy all of you. Replace you in there. Okay, so I need some secrets. I need the domain. Which I just called domain, right? Yeah, domain. So throw that in there. Good. Then I need client ID. Which also is in applications. Oh, that didn't actually open up a new window. That just overwrote what I had. That's great. Okay, so this is client ID. That goes in there now. Saving a draft after every change, just in case. Okay, client secret is next. Okay, I get that. Client secret, throw that in there. Create you, okay. We have the client ID again. We grab the user ID out of there. I think that's everything that we need from secrets. Okay, cool. So if I save you and I deploy you, okay, so one more time. You don't have anything in this mailbox. Good. So we're gonna try to log in, go until it actually hits. I guess I could try logging this in. Here, we could try logging this into production. It'll be fine. So learning. Oh. Oh, that has the problem now. Okay. So to here. It like, oh, there's nothing in there. Okay, so it didn't send. Oh, ad break just started. Sorry about that. I don't have the Twitch dashboard up on my other screen, so I'm using all the screens and different things, so I can't see it. So sorry about the surprise. We're probably gonna work through it. Okay. There is a way for me to see. Okay. Okay, so I can run this. As a test too. Session client request. User email verified. I want to be false. Email, let's do 6 tests. So how about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I try to run you, error sending verification email. No, oh no, there was no error. There was no error. Wait. This is weird. Logs. Error sending verification email. That was mine. Okay, so if I thought that was an error. Agent unidentified. Like there's no information about it whatsoever. That's really weird. And if I go to user management, go to this one that just tried to log in, I look at a history. Okay, so I don't see a history of that. Actions, flows. Is there like a log? Oh, monitoring logs. Okay, so test it. Okay, that was my test. Okay, failed login. So failed login. Failed exchange. Grant type client credentials not allowed for the client. Oh, okay. So for authentication, for application, I have to go and enable that. To use the client credentials grant, you have to set a token endpoint auth method other than none. Okay, so I want the client credentials grant. Do I want to, oh, I wonder if I want to create a new application. It's not really right. I can't just use the app. Oh, okay. So applications. I think on free tier, I'm limited to 10 of these. So let me create a new app. We're going to call this, I'm going to call it that. I want this to be machine to machine. Use that API. Permissions. I hope I can change these later. I'm going to try to, I want something about like sending an email. Okay, what if I just don't give you any? Okay, you don't get any permissions whatsoever. How about that? Oh, you need some. Okay, create user tickets might be what I want. But I think it's, wait, is there a job? Ooh, okay. Passwords checking job. That's not what I want. There are so many things here. Okay, so let me give you something that looks like not too dangerous. Okay, I can read what clients we have, which I have one client, so not that big of a deal. Okay, so if I do that, the domain is the same, but the client ID and client secret change. Okay, so client ID becomes this. The client secret becomes this. We're taking a broken piece of code and modifying it until it works. This is really hard. It is easier to take a working piece of code, and there has to be an example of that. So this code actually does work. Right now I don't have permissions to run it, so I'm changing that around. Okay, let's try deploying that. Oh, and I think I need to go back and attach the database to it. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it'll work. Okay, so if I just save you, let's rerun you again. First off, you didn't like send, right? No, okay, good. Okay, so I think it's supposed to have done it. So first off, it didn't work there. Let's go take a look at the, I'm guessing that I didn't have permission to do it. So I need to find the logs. Oh, successful exchange. Machine to machine. Okay. Interesting. If I go to user management for that user and I look at their logs, I just see a failed login. I don't see an email sent out. Okay, so I don't think it did it. Oh, error sending verification email. Method post. Well, they just give you all the goodies in their response. That's agent undefined. I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. I just have error sending verification email. That's all I got. Oh, okay. I was hoping that would work. And just to make sure I'm going to the right email address here. It didn't give me what went wrong. It just said that there was an error sending the verification email. Action name, require verify. Okay, so response logs. Okay, great. Now, if I come back to here and we search for this. Oh, do I need to set an email provider? Oh, Azure. Okay, so that's our problem. Or most likely this is the problem. They they do send emails sometimes. I have to use my I have to do mine. Okay, so this is I think in settings. No, where is that? Oh, it's branding. Email provider. Okay, so I have to use my own email provider. I could configure Amazon SES for this. Oh, I have to validate the domain. Broken pieces of code modified until it works is how programming works. I mean, that actually is a pretty good way of describing a lot of like coding, right? Because if we always had correct code, we wouldn't need to do it at all, right? Because it already works. Okay, so I can say from. Okay, then I need the information from AWS. So now I'm going over there. I haven't logged into this in a while. So it's not really local. I'm putting this all into Auth0. And so Auth0 should handle this for me. Locally, I'm still using Auth0, but then I'm just telling it where to redirect back to. So management should be, I'm going to have AWS deal with this. And like AWS can do this stuff. So I'm not gonna send the email at all. I'm not gonna manually send emails because that's a terrible idea, at least in production. Yeah, and I can set it up. I can create an email address in AWS too, and then use that. And that should work. Yeah, no, I'm not going to do something like that. I think I have to create something from brookzerker.com and send out that. Like I'm going to have to create like a no reply at brookzerker.com valid thing. The other ones, the other choices, could create an account for SendGrid. Or Mailgun. I've used Mailgun in the past. And for right now, I don't think I'm going to care that much if it's something else. So I could just do something like that. If I remember correctly, Mailgun isn't too expensive, but it's been years since I've used them. I hear Zilby snoring very quietly behind me. But it is super cute. Yes, I remember. It that's happened to us before. We had to set up the DKIM stuff. It sucked. Artwin, hello. How are you doing today? So maybe I can set up and use. We could just use SendGrid or Mailgun. Which do you all prefer? This would be going to your email addresses as you sign up for this. If you sign up, so they would know your email addresses. SendGrid is less bad. Okay, let's take a look at them. Okay, for free, I get 100 emails per day, which isn't too bad for right now, but I'll probably have to go pretty quickly up to $20 per month as soon as we start getting people, like more than 100 people signing up. Yeah, and I get SMTP. Okay, so I get all that stuff. That's good. That seems fine. All right, send two votes for SendGrid. All right, we'll do this. I'm gonna do this over here though. Oh, I went to SendGrid. Okay, Twilio SendGrid. Oh, I forgot. Twilio bought them. Start for free. I don't have a Twilio account, so Twilio is buying everything. Didn't they buy SendGrid and then everything sort of like went down? Didn't they have to do a lot of layoffs recently? That's true. Everyone has had done layoffs. That's very true. All right, now I wait for their verification email so I can set up my verification email. Most likely, SendGrid will become an originator of spam like Mailgun. Isn't that the fate of all email service providers? Oh, they need a phone number too. Okay. Give me a second. Let me find my Google Voice number. This is not a valid number. Oh no, don't you do this to me. Oh, come on. It needs a real phone number? 2 layoffs in 2023, 1 layoff in 2022. Okay. Oh, Twilio also bought Authy. Interesting. They're still serious about anti-spam? Well, that's good. But we'll see. If they laid off all the anti-spam people, they can be serious about it all they want. If they don't like pay people to do something about it, it doesn't matter. Okay, got that set up. If it can't be tied to a human, it's not a real phone number. And they can tell if it's being serviced by some of the virtual phone companies, which sucks because that's also where a lot of companies park their, yeah. Very true. Okay, tell us about yourself. Okay, company name, Brooks Builds. Company website. I literally just gave you my phone number. Why do you need me to give it to you again? Can this one be a not real phone number? Let's find out. Oh, that one can be my virtual number. Okay. How to start sending email. Send a single send. Okay, so I create an identity. Friendly name to show the recipient rather than, okay, so that would be Brooks Builds. The from email address. Verification is email is required if this email domain doesn't match one of your authenticated domains. Okay, yeah. So I need an actual from address. Let's see. What do I want to do for this? I kind of want to create a new account for this. I'm kind of thinking of maybe ending a little bit early today and then go grab an early lunch and then just like fill this out without having to use the alternate screen, because it is kind of a pain to use that, and like literally nothing that I'm showing you can see. You're gonna steal it and the cat. No, you can't steal the cat. I mean, nobody can actually steal a cat. All you can do is temporarily take it and hope that the cat likes you more. But I feed the cat every day. He's now liking me a lot more recently. And I play with him every day. So he's really enjoying me right now. So we don't want to leave, we don't want to move that situation. Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, and I'll probably go into my other profile upstairs and just work on this. So out of curiosity, YouTube basically gives me very poor analytics sometimes. All right, so we got one person over on YouTube, and we got 15 of you or so here on Twitch. I am thinking about rating on Twitch. Let's see. Microsoft developer is build AI solutions with Azure. Full Stack Live is doing a stream anniversary, doing some DevOps stuff. We rated Keybind yesterday, and Sodine is also doing more dev in Ada. Any preferences? Microsoft is doing a talk about AI to 2 people. So that's the least number of viewers. Not Microsoft? Okay. It's not really like relevant anyways. Full Stack Live is doing a streamversary, doing some DevOps, SRE stuff. That's like not exactly irrelevant to what we've been doing. Let's go ahead and set up a raid for Full Stack Live. Wait, are you gonna? I think that's who it is. Well, if it isn't, then I'm in the channel that you're not going to go to. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I am going to go ahead and go grab a lunch, and then also start working on like the email sending type stuff. Today is Tuesday, so the next time we're working on this together will be on Monday. So by Monday, I'll have that all set up, and we'll be sending emails, and maybe that ticket will be done, maybe not. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully the email part should be done. Tomorrow I'll be online, and we're going to be continuing playing Shenzhen IO. So if you're interested in a game where you program assembly and solve electrical engineering puzzles, that's what we're doing. So I will be here at around 8 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow for that. So with that, have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye. And
Stream as well. In the process of building a YouTube platform.